All right, we're going to put in our main drive gear here. This is the gear that takes all the power from the crank and distributes it over to the clutch. When you push these in, make sure you don't unseat or fold or wrinkle that seal in there. You don't want that spring popping off. You want to make sure it's all seated real nice. And that one is perfect. If you look at my videos, you can see sometimes I have trouble with them. Sometimes they pop right on. It's just a gamble. You never know what you're going to get. Little Loctite. Remember, this washer only goes on one way, and you should have it. It's crucial. Red Loctite. Then we go washer. Bushing. Then we want the basket. This basket is in good condition. We're sticking it right back on. This motor was very lightly worn for how old it was. It's an 02. In good shape. I always like to put a little 3-bond right here. This is a potential leak area, especially when you're using aftermarket stuff or if the motor's really worn. It'll suck air through there. So it'll pull your oil out through that hole into your case valley and burn it off. And it'll smoke like a choo-choo train out of one pipe. Or start fouling plugs or wreaks all kinds of havoc. And then you'll wonder why your oil is always low in your clutch and transmission. Really fine for this build. It's all OEM stuff and it's not highly worn. It's got very, very low wear. Inner boss. And I'm going to do a new clutch. Just too much rainbow on those plates. I'm going to put a nice new heavy-duty clutch in it with full steel plates so he doesn't have to worry about any kind of slippage. Get them all swollen, but you can put them in dry. They'll work just fine. Now, for that old ball and rod, just slide those in. Then the outer throwout plate, we took out that old stock keyed unit that doesn't allow it to spin. We're going to stick in this nice pancake bearing. See all those needles? Well, needle bearing. And then we just got to make sure we adjust it right. Put this on. I'm going to put this locking washer back on. They say one-time use, but you can tell if it's ready to split or not. And this one is not. I'm going to use it again. Just bend that tab over and keeps it from backing off. Now we've got our pancake bearing installed. Get that plate on there correctly, line up the arrow to the punch mark, or just gamble. It only goes on one way, and there's a 50% chance that you'll hit it. I'm going to use some heavy duty springs every other hole there, and then the rest of them I'm going to do OEM springs, because this is not a really heavy duty build. These springs are the tightest ones you can get on the market, so they'll really wreak havoc with your forearm. So I split them up half and half. Most of the aftermarket springs out there aren't but, 10 or 15% stronger than the OEM springs. So you can use them all and hopefully they'll hold. But I know these ones are drag springs. They're brutal. So I only use 3 of them. We'll keep the other 3 though, in case he needs to upgrade them. But I think there'll be no problem. Going to adjust it so that the perch up here, the arrow lines up. Okay, that's where I like it. I'm going to cinch it down. Once you get your throw-out plate all tightened up, you got to make sure that your pancake bearing still floats. If this is not able to spin, you've got it pinched and your clutch will never work right. So that has to float, and when you test it, your perch should line up with the arrow or very close to it. I fudge it always a little to the stator side to give it a little more pull. We'll stick the kicker back in. Very easy stopper, goes there, this goes in the eyelet, and this hooks up there. And you can adjust all these all spin if they're not in the right place for you. And there we go. This side's all ready. We're not gonna put on the cover. We're gonna move to the other side and adjust everything over there. This sprocket is worn. Hope he's not gonna run that. I am just going to finger tighten it on here. And he's gonna have to get the chain and sprockets replaced anyhow. Now, onto the stator side here. We got the stator that we saved on a new timing plate. We're going to thread it through here, and the timing plate will line up with the cases. That 1211 3-bond is white and makes a nice line, and that's where you adjust everything to. That's where your timing marks go. So we'll line it up and set the timing. And we're going to do factory, which is 0. There we go. We got the stator plate installed, factory timing. Now let's get that flywheel back on there. We got our woodruff key buffed out. So hopefully that doesn't become a problem when it's taken off the next time. Beautiful flywheel. Get it right back on there. Big 17mm nut and plenty of red Loctite so it doesn't back off. I like to set the pickup at 18 thousandths. It's about a cereal box thickness. So if you have a cereal box laying around, you can use the cardboard to measure the thickness. If you've watched my videos, I've used it, showing you how to gap it. Now we will move on to doing the water pump. You've seen me do these water pumps plenty of times. If you've seen my videos, they're pretty easy. Take them apart. Make sure they spin freely when they're together. When you put it back together, make sure it spins hands-free. Yep, impact wrench, impact screwdriver. One good whack is all it usually takes. This should look good. All of the motor looked very good, and it does. Impeller is in good shape, no cracking. We're just going to pull the seal out, check the bearing. Yep, bearing feels good. No crunchies, nice roll. Just gonna pop a seal in it and go. Most seals will say water side, so you'll want to put that on the water side. The bearing a lot of times will go in by hand also. Okay, looks like the hole has plenty of clearance, which means it'll spin very easy. You got to make sure that the seal and bearing are seated all the way down, or this will not go through, or it'll go through and give you a lot of grief, and it won't turn by hand. Can't have it dragging. It's got to be floating. No, you don't have to upgrade everything in the motor when you're going through it. All this OEM stuff is fine. The impeller's fine. This plastic gear is fine. Everything works good. These plastic gears will strip out if the bearing seizes or is worn out or somebody doesn't assemble it right. There'll be drag on it because of the rubber seal, but this is good. We'll lay a new gasket on top of there. Water pump done.